Hi everybody, welcome to Jewell Family Farms. Today we're going to go to the garden for a little while. We're burning out some weeds and planting some onions, and so anyway, you can come along with us. Alright, so we're going to plant some onions today. And you don't want to bury your onions. You want to just dig a little hole, drop your onion set in there, and just leave it. You don't want to cover it. So let me show you how to do this. I've already got some planted here. See, I didn't cover them. I don't want them covered. So you just dig a little hole, use a stick or your finger. You can use your finger if you want. And then you just take your little onion set. And this is what it looks like. This is little red onions. But this is the bottom. That's where the roots are going to grow down in the ground. This is the part that's going to grow up and make your onion stalk. And you just drop it right there like that. And then you dig you another little hole. And here's one that's got a little piece of the green already coming up on it. So there's your bottom. You just stick it down in there, and that's it. That's all you do. Simple, easy peasy. And that's how you grow onions. There's the bottom. Stick it down in there. Alright, that's it. This is spinach growing right here. It looks nice. It's nice and healthy. And that over there is kale. Is that dirt? Yeah, there's dirt on it. I thought it was a bug. Alright. And there's my other onions up there. Those are white onions. And there's some lettuce and my cabbages. So over here I have some beds. So I put these tarps on here to kill all this here greenery. Just have grass, just have dirt, so I can plant my tomatoes in it. That's what I plan on doing with this bed. So you put tarp on it, cover it up, weigh it down with something. Let me just put it down here. It'll kill all the vegetation that's underneath of there, and you'll have some nice soil. So here I have another tarp that I'm trying to do the same thing. These boards I just laid on here because I'm going to make another raised bed out of these. I just haven't done it yet. Hopefully get that done this weekend. Here's more tarps. All this is going to be garden. We turned it over with that broad fork that I was showing you last week. We turned it all over. And then we covered it with the tarps. So hopefully that'll kill all the stuff underneath. Underneath there, the stuff is probably about dead, but I ran out of tarp, so this hasn't been covered up yet. But you can see that it's not, over here's what it looked like before. So he's going to burn all this out today with that torch that he's got. And then we're going to take the broad fork, like we did with this ground, and we're going to turn it over, and then we're going to throw some, probably some mulch on top of it, and then throw a tarp on it. Now your tarp, the best kind of tarp is to have something that has a dark color underneath. Black is the best. You don't want a clear tarp because that just promotes, it's like a greenhouse, it just promotes things to grow. So you don't want a clear tarp or something with white on it. You want either all black, or you can be blue on top as long as it's black underneath. Those tarps over there we have, they're just cheap little tarps, and I just doubled them over, just trying to keep the sun from getting in there. You can use what you got, but the best thing to have is something with a black on the bottom of the tarp. That's the best thing to have. And it just kills all the vegetation so you can plant in it. And then we'll just go through it and you take a little hand rototiller or something and just kind of smooth it out, smooth the ground out, and then rake it out and then plant in it. So these are some buckets over here that I made. I don't have anything planted in these yet. But what I did was I had these old buckets that I used for chick brooders and different things like that. I also used them for hen nests because you can see I got a hole cut in this one, and I used to put the tops on it, and the hens would go in there and lay their eggs, and then you know how chickens, they get on stuff and they poop everywhere. But at least I take the lid off and dump it out. But anyway, they don't use these anymore. So I turned them into garden beds, into raised beds. And this here is contractor, what do you call it? What do they call it?
Contractor bags.
And they're really thick, heavy duty, really strong bags. And I made sure, well, of course there's a hole in the side here, but I also poked holes in the bottom of this pink container, and I poked holes in the bottom of these bags, and then I filled them with dirt and some compost and some humus, and it makes a really good mixture of dirt for your plants, and it's soft. It won't harden up in the winter time. I mean, in the summertime, it pretty much stays soft so that all of your plant roots can grow deep. So I made some of those. Now over here, I didn't put one of these in this one because I drilled holes all in it for drainage. So I didn't use the contract bags in this. This one I carried, or I think I put some chicks to haul somewhere one time, and I just drilled some holes in it. But I filled it up with the same kind of stuff. And see, I got a fence here, so if I want to grow something that's a climber, like squash, cucumbers, anything that's a climbing, green beans, you can put them next to the fence and they'll grow right up over this, and you'll have, you know, a great big vine of vegetables or whatever you choose to plant in it. So these are different kinds, still on the subject of different kinds of beds that you can do. And of course then, you know, the raised beds over here that you can just make out of wood, fill them full of organic matter. And then you can just put organic matter, you can buy it. We have to buy most of our dirt, or if you can see over there, a huge pile of compost is what we use. But we just, you know, we get to use that because we have the space here to do that. We have a lot of animals, so we have to compost a lot. But if you are not lucky enough to have that or can't get that, and by the way, if you need a truckload of this, you just come down here and get it, because we have plenty to share if you want to build a garden. Now this compost that's here right now, you can't use it till next year. So you can have it piled up someplace for your garden bed, or you put it in the fall, let it set over the winter. But anyway, we're willing to share that with you. But you can just make pills. I've got potatoes coming up in here. I've got a little bit of one full potato garden. So I planted potatoes in this little hill, and it's just the dirt that I piled up. And you just keep the weeds away from it, and it'll grow. You don't need a raised bed. This is a raised bed, but it's on the ground. So, you know, just sticking with our theme here, different kinds of beds and stuff. And if you can see, he's burning off all that growth over there. It just makes it more permanent than just, you know, using a hoe to dig it up. It's just a more permanent solution. And we're going to throw a bunch of chips on there and cover it up, and that's going to be it'll make a really good dirt bed next year. I'll probably plant something in it this year, but you know, let's just get rid of the weeds for right now. Let me show you. I'm going to take you around and show you what we're working on. So before we walk around front, I wanted to say that this piece of ground right here, this little garden here, it's just our little spring kitchen garden. This stuff here will, you know, it'll only be here for a short while, and then we'll replant it for our summer garden. So, but it's doing really good for our little spring garden. It gives us lots of greens and some cabbage and onions and some turnips up there. We can use turnip greens. You pick the turnip greens, or you can eat the turnips themselves. And so it gives us quite a bit of food for right now to start off the season with. All right, let's walk up here. Okay, so this doesn't look like much right now. This is going to be a chicken tractor. And this is made out of, not PVC pipe, but it's made out of plumbing tubes. I don't know what you're called. You get them in the plumbing section. And so this is going to be, this is going to be big enough to hold 40 meat birds. And what I mean by meat birds, they will only be on our farm for about 10 weeks, and then they will go to freezer camp but we can grow them out in that short of time. I think they're supposed to come May 15th, 18th, something like that. And so we'll have the 40 meat birds in here. This will be a tractor, which that means that we can move it from area to area. So they'll be getting fresh grass, you know, every day or so, or every 2 days, and we'll just move it around the yard. And you know, it'll also mow the grass for us. So that's a plus. But so we'll have those, and we'll be butchering those 10 weeks after we get them in the middle of May. So it don't look like much now, but I'll show it to you again when we're done with it. And this Stony Ridge Farm, it's on YouTube. He did this design, and we're trying to do what he did. It's probably not going to be exactly like what he's how he's telling people to do theirs. We're going to do it just a little bit different, I think. But Stony Ridge Farm on YouTube, he has the plans for this, and he can show you, you know, how to make this. We're just going to show you what it looks like after we're done, because it's his plan, and we don't want to, you know, we don't want to add anything to it or take anything away from what we're watching, how he did his. So anyway, go on over there and check him out. And so we'll get back, we'll show you what ours looks like when we're done with it. And we're kind of excited about it because, you know, our whole thing here on this farm is to growing food and helping others that would like to grow food. We'll be more than glad to help you in any way that we can, you know, if you need some kind of information. I'm not an expert, like I said, but I've been doing it for a long time, and for our family. And so if you need any, you know, if you have any questions, you'd be more than willing to give me a call, and I'll be glad to help you in the best way that I can. All right, so I think I'm going to sign off now, and we'll see you on the next vlog. Stay safe and count your blessings. Bye. Mr. G, what you doing? What you doing over there? You hiding? Huh? What you doing? Where are the girls?